another Drag the Lake Live. I'm your host, Andy Malfrina. It's a fun-filled day we have today. If you're checking this out later in the future, hello, how are you? Thank you for hanging out with us every day, Monday through Friday. I myself will be here Monday through Friday. My beautiful life partner, Pat George, will be with me on most of those days as well. Pat has other things. He has to go. Sometimes he has to go to the creek and he has to film drag queens fighting with each other. It's a living. No, honestly, no shade on that. I don't even know why I said it like that. No shade whatsoever to the Pat man. He's making it happen. He's doing the damn thing. He's getting his dick wet. He's clapping cheeks. He's making love to his wife Dunbar with the first comment. The first comment of the day, as always, by the great Dunbeezy, the Dunnificent. God damn it. I can't wear this fucking shirt anymore. It's sub scum, dude. It's not subs. God damn it. I can't wear this fucking shirt anymore. It really is subs cum. Now I'm just admitting defeat. It's sub cum. It's suburban scum. Damn, those fuckers just convinced a bunch of retards like me to wear a shirt that says subs cum. A Slav. I mean, immediately Slav. Or I'm sorry, Valves. You really, I gotta be honest, Runaway Valves, you really post very similar to a guy who I banned. And I gotta be honest, if you start commenting similar like he did, it's you might have the same fate as him. So Valves, I would just say to not comment like the other guy. Wait, what language is? Wait, Twitter has disabled the auto translation of a single certain language, which means you can make extra spicy tweets in that certain language and get away with whatever you say. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, bro. That's the post of a dude who just has to tweet the N-word. You're just like, you guys, new oh, Pat. Pat just said, hey, why no link? I thought you were busy today. My fault, bro. My fault, Pat. Also, I was sure your computer was going to take 20 more minutes to start up. My fault, Pat. That's so funny. Pat's in the chat going, where's my link? Where's my link? God damn it. My fault, Pat. If you're listening in the future on the iTunes and stuff like that, thank you so much. Check that out. Guys, please consider listening on the iTunes. I'm trying to get Spotify ads for that. And Patrick, the link has been set. My apologies, brother. I thought you said you couldn't do it today. I misheard you. You said you had a thing at 11. I started a little bit late. I'm sorry, brother. I'm so sorry, brother, man. Brother Pat, everyone, apologies to Brother Pat. Biggest apologies to Brother Pat. Oh, Brother Pat, please forgive us over here at Drag the Lake. We did not know you had time to chat with the good Andy Malafarina. Oh, Brother Pat, please forgive us, Brother Pat. What have you guys been up to? I've been doing good. It was funny. I told myself, I was like, I'm not reading comments anymore. Hey, sad boy H1 sad boy high 2 on Twitch just with the follow 12 hours ago. Thank you, brother. No, but I told myself, I go, no more reading of the comments. And you know what I did, guys? You know what I fucking did? I immediately started reading the comments. And I got to tell you, I'm starting to learn. I go, Sometimes people are just lashing out. Sometimes people are just lashing out, and sometimes they don't know. And I've had this experience a lot in my life. I don't know how it happens, but sometimes, and I mean, we might be able to address this with Pat because he's fucking late for some reason. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
some
Crazy. What the
people,
hell? What the
people in
hell
my
could have
life
happened?
just don't understand how to express that they love me, and they just got to lash out. But anyway, you were saying
I just discovered this new language to say the N-word.
what?
It's a new language that you can use to type the N-word on online.
Yeah. You know, if you stand on your head and say it, they can't understand you.
What?
Yeah.
No,
I'm sorry. You said you had a thing at 11. I just assumed. I'm sorry.
I was saying, I was good until about 10 till 11. I had to
Okay.
break off, but I guess now it's, hey, it's a little a quick pat drop in, I guess.
Nah, this will be perfect because I wanted to do a music heavy episode today, and you can't really do those on YouTube.
Guess what,
So
Andy? I am in love with music and I am heavy. Let's go.
exactly.
Music heavy.
So
Music
honestly,
heavy.
every time Pat's on, it's a music heavy episode. Yeah, dude, I think I gotta retire this shirt, man. It just says subs come.
Yeah, brother, I've been saying it to you every time, and I'm also going like, I don't know if I'm completely reading that wrong because I don't think I realize that that's supposed to be succumb.
It's the band's called no, and I know you've said it before, and I was just like, nah.
That's Pat just being
Pat. That's just a funny joke. It's not really based off an obvious that. Why would you think I'm wearing a subs cum shirt?
I'm not a sub, and sure, I mean I've got cum, but
I'm chock full of cum, but it's dom cum.
I'm not trying to brag about it. I mean,
brother, I would never let my sub fill me with his cum. I'm filled with all of my dom's cum.
What kind of sub would I be?
Yeah, but no, it's just I always just was shooing it away because there's like they're a hardcore band and they're heavy and stuff, but it is the dude it's the dude who is in Haywire now. It's his old band, and he is also a bit of a jokester. And so maybe he's like, what if I got these, me, I'm a real tough guy. Everyone says it. What if I got these tough, hardcore, super duper tough? Everyone's afraid of hardcore guys. What if I got them to wear shirts that say subs come? And you know what? Now I got cum on my face.
And boy, oh boy, I got cum all over my face though.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Subs come.
It is kind of funny to be like to have sub scum. Even that in general. It was I was just doing a podcast, and
I guess there's the star there, so it is separate sub. Scum. Like it's kind of obvious. Yeah. I mean, honestly, get your head out of the gutter.
But it is pretty funny that it's that close, I guess. But it's I got
to imagine everyone's brain goes to it.
I was doing a podcast, and I was referencing the word comeuppance.
Yeah,
like somebody's getting their comeuppance or whatever, and I was like. But I was trying to rhyme it also. So it was just like I was just trying to shoehorning it in. So it was just like a thing where I was like,
you just go, hey, someone come on my tits. Fuck.
Comeuppance. And I kept trying to say it to like match it to go like come-up-ons. Come-up-ons. Yeah. I'm like, wait. And then I started saying it so much that I was like, is this even a real word? It's like comeuppance. And I was like, you've never even heard I think that's the right way to say it. And And then I kind of I worked us both into a shoot, brother.
That's
I was fucked.
Have you ever my favorite, and everyone goes through this, and everyone is they're batting 1,000 on feeling like a stupid piece of shit. Everyone. But you ever just go, oh, I've never read that word. It happens to me once every couple months. I just see a word and I go, oh, I've never. But the one that pops into my head is, dude, I was saying Yosemite for a while. And then it was like, oh, Yosemite. And I go, that's not how it's spelled.
You ready for mine?
What's yours?
Epitome.
What were you saying?
Epitome. It's supposed to, no, epitome is the word, but I put epitome.
Oh, I was thinking my brain was going to like epitaph, epitome, so I didn't even clock that you fucked something up.
Also, the word the way I pronounced it was Orion, Every time I read it, I was like, Orion. And I was like, it's Orion. It's very clearly Orion.
You know which one would always fuck me up? And I never, dude, it's kind of funny how like I became so into conspiracies and questioning everything for what I just like let happen and not question.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, when I would see the Disney logo, my brain would just clock the D as a G, and then I would just never consider why would it say Disney?
Yeah, that is yeah, I think there's a level of in that same episode, I was like, I thought I had like, oh, that's fun wordplay. That'll be fun. It'll read. I'm a big phonetic writer. Like if you tell me my name's Malafarina, I'll do like Mal, Farina, and it's actually kind of just how it's spelled. Like
that's why I always tell people. Always see my name.
Exactly how it sounds.
People hear my name and they spaz, and I just go, if you sound it out, you'll fucking nail it.
So the same idea of like, I just take that in with everything. If I could do math phonetically, I would. When somebody goes, "What's the square root of this?" All right, I was like, "I'm gonna do a square and I'm gonna draw a root."
Bro, might.
And I'm gonna go. It's 15, and
might.
That's right. Like, how did you do that?
You're the first guy. You're the first guy to do it through pictures.
Brother, of course I would be the guy that figures out
just
phonetic
math. Dude, that's gotta be like a Midwest emo band, phonetic math.
Phonetic math, yeah. Square root.
I gave you my GameCube, but I didn't mean for you to keep it that long.
Phonetic math. That's the only way I would ever be able to do math is if I could do it phonetically. I've been a big bits and pieces guy my whole education career, and it's not worked out for me. So
what do you mean by bits and pieces?
I don't even know. Like that's what I'm saying is like it
might be part of why it hasn't worked out. Right. Like, I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what this is. I just learn like however I can learn it the best of my abilities, and then I try to meet you like halfway. So like in music class, I can translate sheet music, right? Like I can like look at the note and be like, oh, that's a B or A or whatever the fuck it is, you know?
Yeah.
Not now, I forgot it, but it's at the time I was like, yeah, that's what that is. But in real time, like if you put a music book in front of me, I couldn't just go like with my alto, like play the fucking thing and like read it. I would have to translate it and put A, B.
Wait, did you start on saxophone too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so funny. I did saxophone in 4th grade. I said all these notes are crazy. And I looked over at the music for the concert snare, and I go, "Well, that's all on one line."
The drum line. I went to school in the South Side, so the drum line was pretty backed already. So I'm lucky I got the alto sax.
No, you did get a drum line, and they're like, "Dance, come on, Pat, twirl it." Trying to do all the moves. I
can't do it.
I'm sorry, I can't dance.
Stomping the yard, and I was just like, I can't. My feet.
Like, man, white boy asking too many questions. He can't dance.
Yeah, so I just kind of was like, all right, well, I wanted to be in a band and music.
Yeah,
be clarinet. I mean, no offense, but
clarinet's a tough one. You gotta you need that style of music to be back to get people on the clarinet. Like if you go.
Peace off, Cellrat. I'm sorry. That caught me off guard. Peace off, guys. Love you. You peace off. All right. Why don't you peace off to work, pal?
I think he's saying good.
That's what British people are doing. Peace off, mate.
Oh yeah, isn't that what?
Peace off.
Yeah, that's a good movie, by the way. The 11th. What's it called? The Darkest Hour.
No, Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight, right, dude? I gotta be honest. I watched those movies again. I can't get past Christian Bale's stupid ass Batman voice.
Hey, where is he?
Bro, it's like no, because I gotta be honest. You go back. A lot of don't get me wrong. There's a lot of dog shit DC movies, but like when it came to some of the Batman ones post Christopher Nolan Batman, they're not as bad as people were giving them shit for. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like I was giving Lemaire credit for it. He was actually like, nah, he was like, the Ben Affleck Batman's way better than people give it credit for. And then I went back and I watched The Dark Knight and I watched some of those movies and I was like, this is genuinely stupid what he's doing with the voice. I'm not obviously I'm not saying like the Nolans are bad movies, but like, I mean, even though I think I did kind of imply that on a panties a couple episodes ago, but I like genuinely, I think we need to come to a consensus that the voice that Christian Bale was doing was retarded. And like
he's just resting his tongue on his bottom teeth whenever he talks, and then he goes, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
where's Joker?"
Every time,
literally, that's all it is. It's just rest your push your tongue down to your bottom teeth. You can do it too, and then just talk and rest and really try to talk. Say,
"Are you Joker?" Oh, that's literally what it is.
Where's Joker?
Where's Joker?
It's gotta be.
Bro, that's literally what it is.
Where's Joker?
Where's Joker?
I loved Sandy, and
I'm pretty sure I missed.
Safe.
Where's Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Where's Joker?
She's so fucking hot. I love Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I would burn Gotham down for Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'm getting retarded.
Maggie Gyllenhaal was a great substitute for Tom Cruise's wife.
That's all it is. You got to push and try to fit. See if you can fit your tongue in between the front of your bottom teeth and your lip, and then same thing. But same thing. Push it down and talk. That's
like this.
This is exactly what it is.
My
wife is filing for divorce right now. She is off and she is sitting on the couch, and there's no way this isn't registering a little bit. I know she likes to ignore me, but there's no way this isn't registering.
Yeah, dude, your wife is just constantly like, oh no, it's like I got my headphones in, it's not that bad, and then she's that gif of Anthony Anderson from Blackish crying on the couch.
What up, Farwild?
What up, Farwild? I was telling, dude, I don't know if you were in the stream, but I was telling Farwild, I was like, the amount of compliments I get for his band shirt are crazy.
Yeah, brother, it's legitimately, it's not only some of the most comfortable clothes that I own, but it's also one of the ones that always gets a reaction or a compliment in some way. Also, I have my production book, but I transferred Farwild sticker over to my new production book too. So you're also a identification marker for me.
Yeah.
Diamond cutter.
Diamond cutter.
The move only works if you say it. He would say bang, but I have to say diamond cutter. That's phonetic. I told you everything's phonetic.
Yeah, you're doing phonetic. Everything you have to do, everything you do has to be phonetic. Phonetic wrestling, phonetic math, whatever that means.
Yeah, and actually, the Batman thing I do with my tongue too. But it's, again, ironically enough, when I'm doing math, I'm like,
you start talking like Batman.
I bring the calculator into it, but then I'm just like, that's not helping. I don't know what to put in. So yeah.
I had like two moments.
I threw the show off the rails. Sorry.
No, not at all. The realization you gave me with that Batman thing is like, oh my God, that's all he's done. Because that's the only point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to be a hot tamale and just go like they were all bad, because they're not all bad. But it's like, dude, I gotta be honest, like the creative decision he made to do that. And it's weird too, because like I just watched The Big Short. I mean, he's an absolute dynamo at playing an autistic guy, figuring out that the housing market's a bubble. You know what I mean? Like, actually, you know what? I've been thinking about this, because I've been trying to think about. I was thinking about that Nick Fuentes kid a bunch, because he's in the news and everyone is talking about how he's the man, like he's the, well, he he has these like great clips that I will say, I saw one that you're like, there will be these clips where they get edited and it'll just hit you where you'll be like, all right, I get why people get fucking hyped for this kid. Because if you like see him in the right light, he can have some good moments.
Yeah.
But I was always getting hung up because I'm like, it's when you watch a lot more long formed clips that you see him and you're just like, intellectually, he's not there. For me, it's like, he's just not, I don't feel like he's there the way I'd like. He doesn't seem to have a deep knowledge of the issues that I would think that the way he's getting hyped up would match and stuff. And then I'm like, and I try to like not just go like, well, this is fucking stupid and not, accept the reality of the situation. It's like people like him. And it started to hit me because I'm starting to like, the more I'm learning, and I'm not saying I'm a fucking genius because you guys hear how I fucking talk. You're here to get entertained. You're not here to learn. Yeah. Like I get it. I know what
this podcast is not for educational purposes.
Yeah. If you learn something, it is purely by accident.
This is purely speculation and
retardation. Yeah, we apologize. Honestly, when we're talking about conspiracies, that's what I love. I honestly want the standard to be way lower for us because like I would way rather wildly speculate and make very harsh claims and have people take them too seriously.
Was it Bigfoot on the grassy knoll? I'm in. What's up? Let's hear it. What do you got?
Here's the thing. I pray to God it was Bigfoot on the grassy knoll.
Honestly, that's the only thing that actually makes sense at this point.
But no, and then I was watching him and I was watching other political commentators who are like way bigger and more popular, and I'm like, I really think it's just because they don't say like and I think that the bar's so low in society. If you speak confidently, don't say like and don't, do phonetic math. People will be like, is that the smartest?
What about Batman voice?
Yeah, what if you don't, I don't know what you guys think you're not going to learn here.
What about that? What about a reference to that movie from almost fucking 20 years ago at this point? That movie from 20 years, that movie from when I was a kid, I don't like how Christian Bale did the voice, kind of. It's got to be, it really does have to be a vocal, like a vocal exercise for, like, because he's British. He's like, oh, my ear, crikey, good for you. He's that guy. So, like, he's that kind of British.
Yeah, well, he's like like a lot. He's like a lot of them. Like, I think the other one's Lawrence, something Pugh, the lady. She's
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. She's in the interviews, like, or she's in the movies, like, hey, guys, we gotta go. And then in the interview, she's like, yeah, so we all see the character.
I gotta tell you, it's something about I didn't know who she was. I think I've seen like probably 14 Florence Pugh movies at this point. Yeah. Before I actually realized who she was. Yeah. And I was just, but then hold on, I'm gonna share with you a clip that like lives in my mind.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
Pat just shows us a 30-second hardcore porno clip. he just showed Gianna Michaels getting tagged up.
This ain't X videos.
Yeah. You're like, Pat, what? You're like, oh, sorry, I'm just watching porn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's no. There is I do have a funny story about porn, but it's a
your thing.
Oh, this. Hold on.
You're talking about
my hobby. Sorry,
one of your things.
Yeah, you're talking about my hobby, right?
Yeah. Oh, that thing. Dom knows that you're into.
Yeah. That's called support, pal. Okay.
I know. I support the support. That's why you guys are such
you don't
a strong,
get that, but
why you're such a strong couple
in this house.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think it's in. I honestly think I have it saved. It's really funny to be like, this is a bookmark thing. But once you see it, I think you'll understand. This is a thing. I think she's in Marvel movies too, right? Isn't she in Marvel?
Yeah,
Marvel movies?
What the fuck is it? It's the one that came out. It looked really bland.
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, Thunderbolts. And they were like the new Avengers, and everyone was like, nah, we're good.
I think we
still like our old Avengers.
Hold on. I'm going to send it to you on Instagram. And remember, I guess we're going to have to do it where you play the clips because the audio on my side is never, ever going to work.
Well, we'll figure out there's
Andy, it's over.
There's a button you got to press that you're not pressing. Probably
buttons are for dickheads.
We'll send a team over. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Oh my god. Hold on. I have so much shit in here. So many recipes I'm never gonna make. Do you do that too? Do you cook off of Instagram?
No. I go on. I'll go on spurts where I just watch a bunch of cooking YouTube videos, and then when I do that, I get inspired because I know I'm not gonna. So I don't even bother saving them.
Yeah, I think there's a.
Are you scrolling through?
No. I'm just searching for it because it's a crazy thing that it's.
Okay, so it is like Lawrence Pugh, two big black guys.
Oh yeah, no. I've actually now I'm just browsing at this point. No, it's
now you're just jacking your shit.
It's crazy that it's not as available. It was like in my timeline, it shows up I feel like it shows up almost like once a week, and it's crazy that I can't just find it. And I thought I did have it bookmarked.
What was she doing?
It's her special trick. It's her on that's essentially basically what it is. I guess I could probably just Google it, but it's her doing this trick with like where she holds this baton and
shows off her flexibility.
Brother, it is.
I got a Vanity Fair clip.
It might be that. Is she in like weird clothes or something
while she does it?
Huh?
At Vanity Fair, it's your girl Pugh. You have to pew it. We're gonna Florence pew it right now.
You want to pew it?
You want to pew it? Because I want to pew it. It's Lawrence. Damn, I really reached my final form with this.
This is it. Yeah. Yes, this is it.
Fair. I'm Florence Pugh. This is
God damn. Can you just imagine her being like, "You've been a bad boy"? I'd be like, "I have, Florence. Fuck."
There's another one.
Party trick, but I'm just gonna be right back.
Yeah, this is. Look at that. First of all, crazy.
First of all,
crazy.
I'm
telling you, I'm warning you right now. Trigger warning. This is not a graphic thing or anything like that.
It doesn't have to be.
It's literally, yeah. It literally.
Pat, I've jacked to less.
It's literally just her doing this little thing, and it's like.
First off, if your party trick starts with an outfit like this, you're at eyes wide shut.
Yeah, you're already winning. Oh wait, did we just say the same thing, or?
It's like, here's my party trick. You walk out that it's just us fucking retarded in the corner going, "That's a really cool trick, Florence."
Yeah. It's just a quiet room before the music starts, and it's just us going. Could you breathe that through your nose?
Here I go.
I think you boys got sleep apnea. You do.
You ain't supposed to. Never mind.
You're just doing my joke that you gave me.
And I never let go once.
Oh!
Yeah.
You're just laying there with cum on your tummy, and I never let go once.
I'm just like, thank you.
Thank you for humoring me and using two hands when you didn't need to.
Right. You never let go, both hands, and that is admirable because it's crazy how you got it to stay in there the whole time.
It doesn't really have a name, but it's
She just busts that out. Also, okay, yeah, I know we're simping for it, but this is also just a retarded girl thing where she's just like, she's at a party. She's she's like 3 glasses of wine in. She's like, "Does anybody have a long stick?
Yeah,
I'm feeling randy.
Does anyone have a baton?
Does anybody? Oh, Gerald, do you have my baton?
Yep, you got me. Can I spare a baton?" And then it's like when they can just do like, "I can do a backflip," and then their tits pop out or something. And you're like, okay, we all know what you're doing.
Yeah,
but I mean, but can we watch it again?
But also, then it's you and me in the corner going like, "Oh, we have it right here."
Yeah, it's so funny because if this happened at our party, at either one of our wives would just be like, hey.
Oh yeah, we would all
like
get
it wouldn't be disrespectful. We'd be like, oh.
We would all get a hard hit in the chest. Like, hey,
why'd you do this at my party? It doesn't feel like a party trick. It feels like a seduction trick.
It's our wives. Our wives pull one of us in the back room. Like, why the fuck did you invite Florence Pugh to the party? You knew she was gonna
fucking pole dance with with both hands or something. Like she's gonna phonetically pole dance.
I didn't even know you were fucking friends with Florence Pugh. Now she's at the party in a fucking leotard, fucking twerking and fucking dancing around the stick. God damn it!
I'm gonna go Harry Potter XXX in here, and I don't. She's just a British lady riding pole, and I didn't bring her for that. I just.
What is the Brazzer Harry Potter XXX porn parody?
Grab said stick and hold it.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
I'd say like this far apart. You don't want to do it too short because you can't step through. And you don't want
to... This is so funny too. Like the way it's just, I love watching someone go like, oh, you're just a hot chick. Like the way she's explaining it, and you're like,
yeah, everyone explain to you, and we're like, no, we saw what you did. That's cool.
Everyone around is like, oh, no one's gonna try this. We just want you to do it again.
Yeah, this isn't like, can you imagine how many times you would face plant your fucking carpet doing this? Just going like
did I ever tell you I tried doing that one? You ever see like the hip hop dancer thing where they grab one foot and then and I saw that as a little kid, and I remember. Whoa. And I wasn't always this full figured and voluptuous, but I was never like athletic. And I remember seeing that being like, oh, that seems like, I just clocked it as like a pretty easy thing to do and immediately jump.
You just reach back and grab your foot.
Yeah, you just jump and it's like not even that hard, and literally jump. And somehow I tripped over myself midair and face planted.
Brother, you want to hear the funniest face plant story? I wish I don't think I have it handy. But there's a picture, there's photo evidence of it. It's of the night of my face being bright red from laughing so hard. My brother had a ab roller. By the way, my brother does not have abs. None of us have abs. Like we have abdominals, sure, and we have all the necessary parts. But so he has this ab roller.
To be fair. All of the big boys probably have abs, but it's behind layers and layers.
They're protected by extra protection. This is extra layer of security. Okay, that's why we're mostly security guards.
With a gun.
Okay. Yeah, that's under our belly. Hold on.
That's why I'm a security guard with a gun. Oh,
you gotta do this.
You're just like, you're standing there. You're like, wait, hold up. Stop resisting.
Yeah. You got a locking holster? Don't need one.
I'm just having it pulling a gun from your tit. Get down on the ground. Just a fat cop. Fat cop with a gun under my tit.
Fat cop. Get
on the ground.
No, so he has this ab roller, and it's just literally just the wheel with the little handles, and you're supposed to you're meant to go down into like your hands and knees, put your hands on the roller and just like push it out to as much as you can feel the resistance and try to bring it back. But there's like rubber bands and things in it to like where you roll it, it rolls back. It gives you that resistance immediately. So
what are you doing?
We're partying at his house, and by the way, none of us are like fucked up. The party is like, it's still early in the evening, I believe. And we're kind of all just hanging out.
You guys being rowdy retards?
Not even necessarily. Just kind of, just hanging out, watching TV, drinking beers. There's some ladies over, some friends, like other, like all like, not a huge party, but like a little gathering, right? Like a fun time. And he starts to, I don't know if he was like trying to show off for the girls, or it was like, so yeah, he like got it out. But then try to do it like a push-up. So like he's on his toes, and
he's doing things that fucking extra jack guys. No, he's doing the things where like extra jack guys are like, I'm going to do push-ups, but I'm going to hold 2 dumbbells that are balancing on 2 more dumbbells. It's like, dude, you're doing fucking the
too much
advanced shit.
So he goes to his feet and like it extends out and to where like he's like stuck. And by the way, should have just gone to his knees.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, I just thought of that. Literally could just have gone like, oh shit, I've put too much on my plate, but instead held on, and it just whips back, and he just goes wham, like right into the fucking tile of the floor, like.
Oh, he's doing it on tile.
On tile.
You know what's funny? I always fill the blanks in because I always it's glass half full, Andy. I fill in the blanks and I go, well, obviously he was doing this retarded thing on carpet because who would do it on tile?
Brother, it was crazy, and immediately cracked his front tooth, and I laughed so fucking hard. Like there's a picture of me. I could try to dig it up somewhere, but it's I think in a hard drive or something like that.
Like
but
on the ground crying.
It's one of my favorite memories for sure. Like it's because I was laughing so fucking hard at him, and not like with him, he was laughing too because that is kind of he is a very clumsy fella.
Yeah.
But also like just the fact that it was immediate. Like why would you do that?
Yeah.
And immediately, like, why will you never do that again? What did we learn? Because like it's one of his front teeth was chipped, and there's like a picture of me bright faced red, just bright, just pointing at his teeth, going like and that was the picture. It says that's a wonderful memory.
That's why I go, I can't there's these like people online that I've noticed it with like boring people who are like, well, what am I trying to say? I'm sorry. This is not I'm sounding retarded. No, there's just like people who try to like, they try to like add meaning to everything. Like they say like, not everything needs to be political. And they're like, yeah, actually everything's fucking political. And they'll go to like every form of like art and whatever,
Yeah.
And it just reminds me, I go, no, it's like that's just in your fucking, like laughing at people get hurt. People getting hurt has nothing to do with fucking anything except human instincts and shit like that. Like, it's a reason why, at the end of the day, no matter what point in human history, Jackass 1 through 3 will be the hardest laughs you'll ever fucking have, like, long term, over and over and over again. There's just something about someone getting fucked up that is so goddamn funny. I don't know why.
It's also kind of knowing that like there's a level of like they signed off on it, kind of saying like they or signed up for it kind of thing of like, oh, they're willing. So if they're willing to, the best part, or it's also like the fact that like sometimes I think certain people don't get this, but like it is a common threat of like, I love my friends.
Yeah.
But like every once in a while, it is hilarious to see my friends like drop all their food or slap it out of their hands. I don't do it as much because I'm like, a lot of people don't think it's as funny as I do.
Yeah.
But like, especially if I know if it's free and I know that you can get more. So like I would have be a menace at a comedy festival because it was catered and I was watching people, other comedians like walking around with barbecue in their hands. And it was everything in my power that I couldn't do.
Yeah.
To slap it out of there. I know it's wasteful and I know I'm a piece of shit, but I don't care. So like it's a thing. Hey, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like, I'm just thinking about it right now. Like Pat brings these root beer candies to the podcast all the time. And I'm just like, I just literally, as you were talking, I imagined you grabbing the bag from the wrong end, picking it up, and all the root beer candies.
How hilarious would that be?
And that is nothing. It's nothing, but it's so fucking funny because it's like you didn't want that to happen, and now that happened, and it's literally the last thing you ever wanted to happen in this moment.
There is also a part of me too that loves the like, if like you really, really wanted something, like I really want that. I saved that last cookie. I can't wait. I'm gonna have that last cookie, and like all this other stuff. You've been talking about it and all this other thing, but also when you kind of a dick or something like that, or I'm just gonna. Like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, yeah,
bro, I'm
gonna smash that cookie.
And I know,
or I'm gonna eat that cookie. It's one of those things where like I want to see the fucking heartbreak on your face.
No, and I know you have to leave, but let me finish on this because that broadly happened at my fucking rehearsal dinner. Remember, we were all hanging out drinking. Everyone was getting whiskeys. Everyone got a gigantic ice cube in their whiskey, and then Nate was like, he's hammered, like, I want one of those. Can I get a whiskey? So they get a whiskey, come back, don't have any more ice cubes, and they just come back with a whiskey full of crushed ice. Whole room explodes in laughter because it's just multi-layered. First off, I mean, you guys got to have an ice cube thing back there. Second off, who in their fucking right mind brings a glass of whiskey with crushed ice in it? It's crazy.
That's nuts. This isn't Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Pat, thank you for hopping in.
Yeah, brother.
We
sorry
love
couldn't be here longer, but maybe I'll check back in after my my thing. But I think I might have a recording this afternoon. I got to double check. But
nah, you're fine, brother. Do your thing. We'll podcast next week, and it'll be fucking beautiful.
All right, brother. Thanks everybody for a wonderful week.
Everyone say bye to Pat.
He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay though.
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here, queer, and you're gonna get used to it.
Bye.
Bye. Go. Hell yeah. Damn. That Florence Pugh shit was hilarious. Because it is really just like, bitch, you know what you're doing. It's like, there's just like an evil genius rubbing his hands like, it's just like, oh, it's so funny too, the way the video's presented. Florence Pugh shows off her flexibility. So we're gonna put her in a fucking outfit and
it too wide because then you can't push it through your legs. The whole idea is that you're keeping hold of the stick the entire time. You're gonna step through, bring it over your head like that, and then you're gonna take this end, or this end, if you're left-handed, and you're gonna put it through, around the back.
I gotta wonder, and I'm not saying Florence Pugh's doing this, no shade to Florence Pugh on this one, but it's just kind of like making my mind think about other things. So no, these accusations aren't going on Florence. I keep saying Florence Pugh. But no, it just you know what it is too. It's like when you do something. I went to pee. Where'd Pat go? Pat's got he got some call he's got to do, and I think he's got like a podcast in the afternoon. Yes, women and their talents, but like not even saying. I mean, I don't know, man. All right, Derek. Calm down, Derek. No, but with shit like that, it just cracks me up because it's like, even if giving her benefit of the doubt and she is like, oh, I'll show you all my beautiful little skill. It is like the reality of it is just like dudes like us watching it going like, hamina, you know what I mean? Just like a bunch of dummies and shit. And it's I you know, and you see the uptick in girls doing like, you know, you see the uptick in like girls posting more slutty online and shit. And you know, I don't think it's rampant, but obviously more women are doing the OnlyFans. I told you guys I do this shit at the valet stand. Where I do the shit at the valet stand, and I work actually with a bunch of dudes who are in their early 20s. And I was like, oh, because I don't ever fucking meet people that age too. Well, I guess I do meet them in comedy and shit like that, but I don't meet people that age as much anymore. And every time I do, I just go, because I'm just curious what the landscape now is with younger people with OnlyFans and stuff like that. And every time I ask people who are like that age, I go, how many chicks you know from high school do OnlyFans? It's usually like, they usually say like, yeah, there's like 5 of them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's like, honestly, that's not any different than what I would like, I guess the difference now is if you are kind of the sluttier girl who would have been like the stripper or would have done, you know, more promiscuous shit like that. It's just not like out there like it is now. You know what I mean? So you just don't have to. It's like you're not long-term, you're long-term fucking up your prospects of, you know, finding a mate more so now. But it's like still, it feels like it's the same amount of girls, but I will say this also too, like the mainstream entertainment has gotten a little bit more like I don't know what the word would be. But no, I guess what I'm also trying to get at is just thinking about how, dude, all she has to do is walk out. All she has to do is walk out in a leotard and, move that goddamn fucking, just move that shit around her body. And we're just sitting here like, oh my God, we turn to cartoon wolves. I wonder how enticing that pull is for a lady. It's got to be unreal. It's got to be unreal. Because, like, if you're a certain type of pretty, it was, kind of goes back to, we were talking about Jackie Brown. I don't know if you guys watched that episode of No More Heroes or whatever, but we were talking about Jackie Brown, and it's like, that whole movie is, you find out at the end that she actually kind of is in love with the cherry dude. I forget his first name. But, like, it's kind of a movie of, like, oh, if you're just, like, a hot lady with this, like, aura to you, you can just completely manipulate men however you want. And I just go, like, that's got to be, like, the most enticing thing as a chick. You know what I mean? If you just play, you can play your cards right. You just get dudes to do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? It's got to be overwhelming. It's got to be overwhelming. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, even because it's not even about being the hottest chick in the world. Because if you look at Florence Pugh, if Florence Pugh's just like, don't get me wrong, Florence Pugh's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous woman. I'm not gonna fucking front about that. But, like, here, let me pull her up over here. If you look at her, she's a gorgeous woman. But, like, these are all pictures of her in really fancy dresses, and she has, like, professional makeup done, and all this kind of shit. It's photo shoots and gorgeous dresses and all that kind of shit. If Florence Pugh is just a lady in small town who gives a fuck, she's just like, oh, that's the hot lady who fucking cuts hair. That's the cute girl who cuts hair. You know what I'm saying? But, like, even a lady like Florence Pugh, she can, all she got to do is put on a leotard, bend in a certain type of way, and we'll just be like, what do you need? Whatever you want. You turn into a whole fucking retard. If I was a hot chick, I'd be a problem. You know what it is, though? I think a lot of dudes say that, but I think it's just because we don't have that same type of power. We don't have that same type of power. And I think it's a thing too when you it's so funny. There's definitely been a slut uptick. Hilarious. I think if you have that, I wonder if it doesn't hit the same, because you have to, I got to imagine too, as a lady like that, you have to worry about like dudes cutting your head off or something like that. You know what I mean? Because that's the other end of it. If you're a lady like that and you're way too nice to people, you'll have those dudes who, and I even admittedly, I caught myself doing it. I remember when I was in, like, high school and stuff like that. You do that thing when a girl starts giving you attention. And you think, like, because guys, a lot of, especially dudes, and I'm sure, no offense to the fellas in the chat, I'm sure a lot of you guys fall into the same umbrella that I do, where you're just like, you're not a fucking bridge troll, but you're just a normal looking person. So you don't get attention like that. You're not used to getting attention like that. So when a girl comes up to you, is like talking to you like she actually cares what you're gonna respond with and things like that, you're like, well, this is crazy. This never happens. This is crazy. This never happens. This girl must be, like, kind of into me, because, like, no one ever talks to me like this. This girl must be into me. And then that happens a lot of times. And then dudes start to get really fucking weird because and it's like, dude, it's the equivalent of like, you get punished because you're the one good person at your job and your boss is afraid to tell everyone else who sucks to actually, like, get their shit together. So then you get, like, this, like,
unfair amount of shit thrown on your plate, and it's the same fucking thing. It's like all you were doing was just trying to be a nice human being, and now this guy has become infatuated with you because you're the first person who's ever been nice to him. And now I've never taken it that far. I just remember being in high school, not getting that type of attention, and then a girl's actually like nice to you, and you're like, is this chick kind of into me? And then you find out later, it's like, oh, not even a little bit. You know what I mean? Sorry, typing something in. I like to type in the topics, the things we discuss on here. I like to type in the things we discuss on here in the title for later when I'm like uploading the episode, just so it's easier and I don't have to like work as hard to remember things. If I was an ugly chick, I'd be yeah, well, that's funny because Derek said if I was a hot chick, I'd be a problem. If I was an ugly chick, I'd be a problem. That's the other part too, and it's why I like when you see like an ugly chick or a hot chick or not an ugly chick or like kind of a bigger chick or just an okay chick who's like, it's so hard for me to find a man. I go, I got to be honest, it's kind of a you thing. Now, I will say this. There are a certain type of chick with a certain type of look where it is harder for them because like dudes will, because there's certain chicks that they have a certain type of look and personality that dudes will clock them as like, yeah, I'll totally hook up with them if they're trying to fucking suck my dick off, but I'm not trying to date them. And that type of chick I have a lot of sympathy for. And it's like, it sucks because it's not a lot they can do. It's just how they look. And I don't know if I'm having a good explanation for it, but it is just, I don't know. There's just like there's certain chicks that don't have the, they just don't have a certain level. I'm sorry. I feel like this is going to come off as mean. I'm just trying to make statements, not really like, come at anyone. But there's a certain pocket of chicks that don't have the like preferred amount of femininity to their either face or body or whatever. And like dudes don't always like, it's nothing. It's like not a thing personally, but it's like, yeah, but if I'm going to get a girlfriend, I'm not going to like, they don't clock them on that. So but there are a lot of chicks who it's like I'll see certain chicks who complain about it, who I go like, no, you're like cute and feminine enough. It has to be a personality thing. Cause there's so like, you know what it is? You don't have the like a lot of chicks aren't, you're not allowed to hit certain chicks with the like unfortunate truth of like that a lot of dudes get. Where a lot of dudes are like, oh yeah, I'm not like my, because everything for women is like, whether they're very attractive or unattractive, so much of their worth is wrapped up in their looks. When like guys hit a certain age and they realize they're like, oh, I can't lean on my looks. Well, let me form a personality. For chicks, they never drop the looks thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and like, there's definitely certain women. It's like, and I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying like for your own benefit, if you're trying to like find a dude, there's a lot of chicks out there that if you're lacking in the looks department, I mean, you could literally just make up for it by being a solid hang and, throwing out a few B's or H's. Know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of chicks out there that you'd be like, and then you'd be like, yeah, but you get your dick sucked off every week, guaranteed. You'd be like, well, that sounds pretty cool. You know what I mean? And then occasionally she'll just like give you a random, you know what I mean? Like, I just, they don't sell to women enough. Be a solid hang. And it's like, you don't realize, like, if you just be a solid hang, you know what I mean? It's that whole concept of like, yo, dress for the job you want, because they've brainwashed a lot of chicks into being like, you know what the height of femininity is? Being a fucking bitch and being anti-dudes. And it's like, well, don't you like want a man? Like, don't you want a guy? So, like, why don't you be a good hang? Now, if he's not a good hang for you, then fuck off and then find a new dude. Because that's the thing. It's a two-way street. And this is why I think this is why I think a lot of the, guys who talk about relationships on the internet, I genuinely think a lot of them are closeted gays or they're like weird perverts. Because everything, like, they never talk about women the way that someone with like a healthy relationship. It always comes off as like transactional or like the women are a full-blown burden and all this other shit. It's not that you don't ever get annoyed by a woman or anything like that. You know what I mean? But like, that's honestly a part of the thing, because like, you have a healthy relationship, you create this like beautiful yin and yang where you have these moments where you're like, they are fucking frustrating as you're frustrating to them. But it's like you have these moments where your positives your positives help out their negatives and their positives help out your negatives. You know what I mean? So like when I see these people online and they don't talk about it, like they talk about it like a challenge rather than like a team, with skills and abilities, almost almost akin to, praise Allah, almost akin to like, I've never really played it, but it's how I see, it's the fucking game. What's the one fucking game with like a 5-man squad? It's like 5-on-5 or something like that. Overwatch. It's kind of how Overwatch is, where it's like you have one person who's the medic, you have one person who's the heavy, you have another person, you know what I mean? Like everyone has their role. And if someone goes and like running guns, if someone goes and running guns in Overwatch, you guys are completely fucked. But if everyone kind of plays their role and stays in their lane, you're fucking good. And that's the thing with like relationships. If everyone plays their role and stays in their lane and stops trying to fit a square peg in a round socket, you're fucking chilling, dude. Everyone's chilling. Like that's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's too many of them to bring up, but like that's why a lot of those influencers, I genuinely think they're fucking gay sometimes, because the way they talk about, it's like the way they talk about women, I'm like, it sounds like you hate them. You know what I mean? They like, let me put it this way. A lot of those people, whether it's like, the Andrew Tates of the world, whoever's on the fucking, all those, I don't know most of their names, all those people on the whatever podcast. I know, I've clocked Nick Fuentes on this a lot of times, but like, if you look at any of those people and just like, when you're watching them, just sorry, I'm multitasking. If you're watch any of those people and just try to view them as a gay guy who's trying not to be gay, who's trying to force himself to like women. And then just see if what they're saying, just makes more sense. That's all I'm saying. And I'm because that's what I realized, like with Nick Fuentes. And I'm sorry to talk about him so much, but he's like, I'm not gay. And then people around him are like, yeah, he doesn't seem like he's gay. And I'm like, and then I started to think, I'm like, well, maybe. Because like I also too, I was like, maybe I'm being a little mean. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a dickhead and not actually like thinking about it as critically as I should. But then also too, at the same time, it's like, but then then I listen to him on Tucker Carlson. And I'm like, they start talking about relationships, and I've said it before. Hilariously enough, I've made jokes about Tucker Carlson seeming gay, and I go, no, I think he's just from Maine, and I think he just has like old waspy energy, which I can fucking respect, because the way he's talking about his fucking wife, I go, oh, that's how a man who loves women talk. And then you hear Nick Fuentes and you're like, and here's the thing too, if they're not gay, they're like Patrick Bateman psychopath misogynist, which is also a really fucking bad thing. And like, we've trained ourselves to feel like fucking pussies for calling dudes out like that. And I just go like, nah, man. I mean, like, I could spend all day telling you what fucking women do that's retarded and sucks ass, but I don't hate them. I think women are cool, chill. I think they're chill and they're cool and they can be awesome and shit like that. Like, yeah, they're fucking retards sometimes and they're fucking, you know what I mean? Like, they're fucking dumb idiot retards, but goddamn, they're so fucking cool sometimes and they're pretty and all this other stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So, but then it's like you see a lot of these dudes who are just like, yeah, they're just holes for making babies and da-da-da. And it's, you know, it's whenever you see the dudes talk about it like it's a competition. That's when they're gay, they're closeted, they're trying to deny that they're gay, or they're just, you know, fucking problematic level of misogynist. And all of that is fucking lame as shit. And yeah, man, you know, don't be a fucking white knight, male feminist, beta male, Frieza cuck, whatever. But also too, like, don't be a fucking jerk off. You know what I mean? You know, chicks are chill. Don't be a fucking jerk off. What's this? Also, if you think you also wait, I also think if you are a hot chick, creep starts staring way too young. I've heard a few mention that. That's where they learn to keep a guard up. Yeah. That's kind of back to what we were saying earlier. Yeah, you made that comment about 10 minutes ago. God, I love the app. Yeah, that's another thing about I think hot chicks put up their defenses early because of the type of attention that they get. Yeah, definitely go. You know what I mean? Like, people, it's that thing we do as a society where it's like, if someone's like attractive or if someone's rich, that we're just like, oh yeah, you might have problems, but like you're just chilling all the time. And then, but no, dude, like, trust me, life, if you're a super hot chick, it's definitely on easy mode. But I actually do think like the chances of you getting kidnapped and your head chopped off and you getting dissolved in a vat of acid is substantially higher than everyone else. You know what I'm saying? So like, while life can be on easy mode for a hot chick, also, you know, getting kidnapped and bludgeoned to death is also way higher for them. So because like, go find your local hot chick and just ask to look at their DMs. You'll start praying to God to fucking bring the rapture. Just from Maine. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like we forget there's dudes who are just like, it's not like they're not gay. They're just, you know, they're cultured a different way than we are. They grew up with fucking Ivy League prep school sweaters and shit like that. Do you think if we banned teens from the internet, folks like Fuentes would lose credibility and influence? Seems like the manosphere folks need inexperienced boys to have an income. I think the problem with the manosphere is they stay in the manosphere. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you like, go watch Fuentes, go watch when Dave interviewed Fuentes. Dave Smith, when he interviewed Fuentes, and go watch when Tucker Carlson interviewed Fuentes. Like, you leave that, you know, you leave those interviews being like, you know, I'm not sitting here going, this guy's dumb. I just think Fuentes is, what was I saying before? Fuentes is really good at politics. But when it comes to the substance of his arguments, it's just a bunch of like boring base level Republican conservative shit in that ballpark. You know what I mean? Like, he's really good at, like, you know, I kept saying it before. If the dude decided to be like a Roger Stone, like political or whatever, like if he was like trying to be a political strategist, show people how to run their campaigns, all that kind of shit, he's fucking amazing at that. He sees the shit like it's a beautiful mind and how it works. But I'm saying my point on Fuentes is why it's like, I just wish people weren't making him be like, oh, he's the fucking guy. He's the guy who says all the fucking heavy, crazy shit. He's the guy who's super smart. Like, when it comes to the actual substance of the arguments or the topics, that's where I'm like, yeah, go to people like Dave or Tucker. Like, they're way better at the substance of the arguments. Fuentes is good at politics. And that's not what, like, that helps. Like, have Fuentes help out someone who's running for office. But, like, when he's actually on the stage or when he's actually in the conversations, like, he's kind of like, he has moments where he's like a shitty little dude, or he's not good at, like, actually, he kind of spazzes. He goes to shit talking real quick and stuff like that, which, I've seen some of the clips. They're funny. They're cool. But yeah, it's like, it happened with, like, I saw that video too before where, what the fuck was it? You see it a lot when everyone shits on him. Whenever someone shits on him, he'll like change it up and he'll spaz a little bit. And then he just starts saying wild shit, which is entertaining. Don't get me wrong. It's entertaining. But he's got that like one clip I just saw of like Candace was talking some shit. And rather than like addressing the meat of her argument, he's like, you know what, Candace, your problem is you need someone to show you how to behave. You need a man to spank you. Why don't you come over here, Candace, and I'll give you a spank. And then like, it's the way he does it. He's very good at he's very good at talking. He's good at the theater. Who's good in the theater? Just saying. And he's good at that. And then people will clip it up. And they'll put like the doom, 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 whatever that music is you see on clips. It comes off as like, yo, look at this badass. But then, like, I'm saying more just like long form. This is what I'm trying. Going back to your original point. Yeah, I don't think banning him needs to be the thing. I think, dude, just like, brother, if more people like Dave was just interviewing Fuentes and was like, like, we did the interviews with Tucker. Like, we talked about all the stuff where he got banned and they took away his all the stuff where he gets banned. They take away his he puts on a no-fly list. I think they did something with his bank accounts. Put that out there. That's all super fucked up. That should have never happened to the kid. Just because you're a gay Mexican Nazi who denies the Holocaust, and you shouldn't get your fucking shit fucked with like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a little bit funny about that, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, that's all fucked up. It's like I just want to get to it because the problem is, because you see it a lot with a lot of the Republican shit right now. There's like a fight after Charlie Kirk died. There's a fight between the I don't know what the term would be, but it's like the Zionist pro-Israel Republicans, and then this like new wave of people who are kind of like going away from MAGA and stuff. So like, people right now are really caught up in that drama, and that's where Fuentes prospers, is in the drama. Who's really good in the midst of drama anyway? But that's where Fuentes really prospers, is in the midst of drama like that and shit like that. But like, what I'm trying to say is, which that is cool, and that's why he would be a benefit to someone's political campaign. But when the dust settles and we're just hitting issues, I'm telling people, go to the last half hour of that Tucker interview, or go to like, dude, anything Dave was, dude, it was so funny in Dave's interview with him. He was like, so, this topic. And Fuentes is like, a bunch of the more salacious shit Fuentes says. He was just kind of like, yeah. I don't, it's not, he kind of like everything he said. He like, everything Dave brought up that was the more salacious stuff. He like walked it back and kind of like downplayed it. And it's like, yeah, because I think when you're in the middle of your stream and those things come up, you're just being, you're being a little more theatric about it because that's what you're good at. But if we really go But when we really hit the point of like we're gonna break down the fucking topic, you just kind of like you immediately start seeing he loses energy at those things, because that's not like, that's just, I'm not saying like fuck him or anything like that. If he becomes a net benefit to society, that's what I want out of people. That fucking rules. So I'm not trying to say fuck them, but what I'm trying to say is, again, to go back to this comment, and I don't mean to just hyper focus on Fuentes, because you can do the same thing with fucking Andrew Tate. You can do the same thing with fucking, interview Andrew Tate, and as long as you're not like one of those fucking retards at Valuetainment who just fucking jerk him off the whole time, because it's like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that you were a violent internet fucking pimp and just be like, well, you have a lot of money in a nice suit. And like, it's like all those fucking morons do is just go like, well, I mean, he's got a nice suit and he's holding a glass of whiskey and he's got a cigar in his hand. Well, he must be a good, accomplished, well-rounded man. And you're like, no, it's all a fuck. You're all doing fucking drag. All you fucking dorks, all the fucking Valuetainment dorks, which props to fucking what's the Eagle Muppet, whatever the Eagle guy who runs the Eagle Muppet character who runs Valuetainment. Like, I always give them props because they had the Chris Cuomo, Dave Smith debate and blah, 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 blah. But like, those guys drive me up a fucking wall, because it's like them and all the conservative types who do all that shit. Because I'm like, you're all just cosplaying. You're all just fucking cosplaying. You know what I mean? Like, you all just happen to have like a really nice suit, and you're like, we just all really love cigars, and we all just really like just drinking whiskey and just doing man stuff. And I go, brother, you've all been fucking broadcasters since your 20s. You're dorks. We're all dorks. We don't do real fucking jobs. We want to yap into mics because we think I got something to add to the conversation. It's like, you're all fucking dorks. You know what I mean? Like Patrick Bet-David, you sold fucking whatever you sold insurance. And then you realize, like, I want a podcast in a bank vault. And what if we wear suits every day? People will be tricked into thinking we're fucking smart. And it's the same thing with all the fucking dorks at the Daily Wire. You're just doing drag. You're just doing fucking drag. You know what I mean? It's ironic. And I agree. Drag queen story time is fucking weird. But also, you're all, it's funny how much you guys push against drag when you're all just, like Derek said, LARPing and cosplaying and doing fucking drag. You dorks. So, that's why I didn't want to focus completely on Fuentes, because it's not just Fuentes. And honestly, the way things are going, I'll take Fuentes over all those fucking dorks. All those fucking dorks. Because here's the thing. Fuentes will get a little bit fucking, he'll get a little bit fucking bitchy and dramatic and all that. But at the end of the day, he's, I don't agree with his, I don't agree with his, it's like, what is it? Like the white identitarian shit and the way he talks about the Jews and stuff like that. But outside of that, he's good on Israel. And honestly, we're at a point where it's like, I just need, the Israel conversation. The Israel conversation is just so much less a debate to me anymore. It's so much not a debate to me anymore with how we're like viewing Israel. You know what I mean? Like, just you guys are genociding. You're too violent. You spaz too fucking hard. We can't be doing this shit. We're funding your whole fucking country. You guys are on goddamn, you're a country under welfare and all that shit. We don't have, it's fucking crazy, man. And Fuentes, besides, kind of just broad stroking all the Jews that exist and blaming them for that or whatever he fucking does. But besides that, he's pretty good on Israel. So I like that. But yeah, the point I keep going off, I keep going off on rants and I'm missing the real point. Back to this one last time is like, these dudes just need to, because here's the problem. The people that they should get interviewed by that are going to expose them for being losers don't want to interview them. You know what I mean? Like if any of those dudes sat down for 3 hours with Rogan, by the end of it, like it happened with Patrick Bet-David. The last time Patrick Bet-David was on Rogan, he was just like a complete fucking weirdo. And he's like, oh, here's all these gifts I got for you, Joe. And Joe the whole time like tried to keep a straight face, but you could tell he was like, "What the fuck is this dude's problem?" You know what I'm saying? It's like any of these dudes couldn't last 3 hours with a dude like Joe. Any of these dudes, like if they talk to Dave or Tucker or like they just need, but the problem is, well, I guess Dave and Tucker are definitely going to talk to these guys. But I will say for those dudes, my only problem with that is like I get it, because especially too with how like the right wing, the Republican shit is going now, there's sort of like a fight for the identity of the like conservative movement. So, you know, Shapiro and all them are gayer than Fuentes, so they don't want to shit on Fuentes. But I do think in that process, they overhype Fuentes. And then, you know, when it comes to dudes like Patrick Bet-David or Tim Pool, which Patrick Bet-David sucks ass. Tim Pool, I don't listen to his shit anymore, but I think Tim Pool's problem is he's just kind of a dork. He's just kind of a dork that wants to be the man. You know, but I think his whole show is more of a net benefit in this and that. But that's the thing though, is like, you know, because they have these big, and I get it, it's business. I get it. You know what I mean? There's people who there's people who I can't think about it right now, but I'm sure there's people who I'm talking less shit publicly than I would if I didn't know them, or I wasn't like more closely associated with them. I'm sure that's a thing. So I'm not even faulting them for it, but like, that's my only thing. I think like I'm seeing it with Fuentes is because there's like sort of this fight for the conservative movement identity. They're kind of downplaying his problems, which he legitimately has, and overhyping his positives. But I don't know. I'm just like, I get it because it's like you don't want to. I'm not like a part of that. I'm not a part of that fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a part of that fight, so I don't mind being more critical of Fuentes. Because here's my thing: it's like when the dust settles, like we need to appreciate Fuentes' gayness as much as his positives. You know what I mean? Because it's like my problem with Fuentes is the whole time the framing has been improper. He's just had an improper framing the entire time. But it's the same thing with it's the same thing with Patrick Bet-David. Like, dude, when he did that thing, bro, when he did that post where he was like, you know what we really need is a roast. We get all the best comedians in the world. Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, Dave Smith, all the best comedians in the world. We do a roast of Benjamin Netanyahu. And it's like, and he frames it so he's like, so you guys can finally say what you want to say, because people who are critical of Benjamin Netanyahu don't say what they want to say. They're like, so you can finally say what you want to say, and we can move past this. And it's like, what? Move past what? A genocide? Why don't you go tell all those Jews to move past their genocide? Their Holocaust. What are you fucking talking about? Move past it? You know what I mean? He's arguably one of the most evil people in human history. He's top 10, probably top 5. One of the most evil people in human fucking history. And you want us to just do a fucking roast? You know what I mean? Like, I was on the fence about PBD for a while, but when I saw him post that, I go, you're a scumbag. You're a full-blown fucking scumbag, dude. If you know what you're doing, you're a scumbag. If you don't know what you're doing, you're a retarded scumbag. Go fuck yourself, PBD, dude. That shit was fucked up to me. Like, I got to be honest. I'm not usually, you know me, I don't get like this on shit. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm offended and things like that. But like, dude, like that, you know what will settle all this shit? Here's how we figure out the Israel-Palestine conflict. Patrick Bet-David's going to finally settle it. He's going to finally settle it. And you know how he's going to do it? Let's do like a Comedy Central roast of Benjamin Netanyahu, so you guys can just like fucking finally, for the first time ever, say how you feel about it. And because that's all we really need. You know what I mean? Like, you've just been stealing land and killing Palestinians, since the 40s, and you've just been like completely controlling our government and corrupting all these good people and blackmailing people and doing all this shit. And dude, what would really, really fix things and help us move forward? If I could let Benjamin Netanyahu know what he looked like. You look like a fucking this guy and that guy had gay sex and you fell out the butt. That would fix the Middle East crisis, and that would fix it's like, you're a fucking stupid, retarded piece of shit, dude. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. But yeah, more people who don't suck ass. That's why I'm trying to learn how to know things. I'm trying to know things and learn how to debate better. Because I would love to interview these people. And I would love to, because I would love to let them hang themselves. You know what I mean? Because I think I could do that. I don't think I could be like the guy who's like, I'm going to make this well-constructed argument. And like, I'm not, me, I'm not eloquent. I'm entertaining, but I'm not eloquent. So I feel like I could, because I've done that before. I'm good at that. I'm good at making people feel comfortable and letting them talk and then being like, well, wait, that doesn't make sense. And then you kind of like hit them with a little question, I think I'd be good at letting these dudes hang themselves. I think I could do that. That one dude that tells women they should be grateful we aren't ripping their heads off because we can. Yeah, that's hilarious. Who's that dude? I don't know who that dude is. I've made that joke before. I've made that joke before, and I think Schultz has made that joke. I was gonna do it as stand-up, but I think I saw Schultz doing it. But there is that I will say though, there is a moment where you're like, you need to subtly acknowledge that there needs to be, you ever have your like wife or your chick kind of talk shit to you and you're like, all right, you're kind of talking to me like a dude and like you want to fight and like you need to know that's not going to end well. So why are you talking to me like that? But yes. I wish I was hot enough to get dissolved in acid bath, something to shoot for while I work out. Yeah, go to the gym, get sexy, have people want to dissolve you in an acid bath. Tim Pool bought a skate park, and when the locals made fun of him, he made it private and wouldn't let anyone skate there. Yeah, that's incredibly gay. He ups his own farts. Best road joke I've ever heard. Thank you. Yeah, man, like, that's my other thing too. It's what's been annoying me about, I don't know, man. There's like times where I don't know. I got to think about this more because I'm very like conflicted on it. I'm very conflicted on my emotions towards this because like, okay, so like perfect example. I was watching like, there's that dude at the trigonometry podcast, Konstantin Kasin, because he always like annoys me because it's like, and now I'm not actually, you know what? Let me wrap it up here for the YouTube feed because we're gonna go music after this, but I have to go hit the bathroom and I want to like make a cup of fucking coffee or tea or something and get some more water and stuff to like save my voice because now I'm starting to realize podcasting 2-3 hours every day, I need to do a better job at saving my voice. But yeah, I'm gonna end the YouTube stream here. Thank you guys so much. I think I'm gonna try to do this more often too, where I think saving Friday for the music show will be pretty cool. But yeah, if you're on YouTube right now, go over to the Twitch channel, which is I think I'm gonna change it to I think I'm gonna change the Twitch URL to Drag the Lake 732 like this one is. But for now, it's still Big Red in the Morning. Yeah, go check out the Twitch Big Red in the Morning right now. It might change eventually. So if that doesn't pop up, type in Drag the Lake 732. But yeah, I think it might be fun on Fridays. We do like, well, obviously we'll yap a little bit, give the people on iTunes a show. But if you're on iTunes, because on YouTube we can't really, well, even on iTunes and Spotify we can't play music either. So, but on Twitch we can. So we'll do a special little Friday bonus, Friday music show. But yeah, I have to piss really bad, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I will be back in a second to play some tunes. So yeah, I love you. Be right back.